Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I wanted like a grey matte smoky eye, kind of to match the rainy autumn days. I'm going to use this palette here. This is the Vieve Ninetease palette. I'm going to focus, yeah, like I said, on the mattes here and just create something nice and smoky and grey. So if that sounds like something interesting, then please keep on watching. So let's zoom you in. And we're going to do eye primer, the Lolo. I have done my base again. I have actually got a video coming up on my current go-to base routine. So that'll be not too long away. So that'll be the base I've got in this video and also the previous autumnal video where I just did the eyes. So if you like how the base looks, stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is coming soon. Okay. Eye primer down. I'm actually going to go in with a bit of eyeliner first. So I've got the Pixie eyeliner in Tightline Black. It's an eye define waterline. Now I actually don't like this for the waterline. I don't think it's very good. But for the lid purposes and the lash line, I think it works really well. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this and I'm going to start running this along the lash line, only on the outer portion. I'm going to do that for the lower and upper lash line. I'm not being too neat about this because I'm going to go ahead and blend and smoke this out. But yeah, something like that. But yeah, like I said, this I don't like for the waterline, even though that's what it's designed for. I find it doesn't work that well. But for work on the lid, it is really good. If you want a good black liner for the waterline, I'll go the Lily Lolo one, that is pretty good. Or, what was the other one? I think Shark Tilbury do quite a good one, but yeah, Lily Lolo. I'm now going to take a pencil brush and I'm just going to start blending that out. Again, I'm not going to be too precise, I'm just kind of blending upwards and across a little bit, but sticking to the outer portion mainly. And do the same along the lower lash line. So smoke it out a bit and bring it out. Now like I say, I'm going for a grey smoky eye here. So we'll go over this with the greys and this will lighten up so it's not as an intense black, but it kind of acts quite well for a base. So yeah, I'm not too worried about the neatness here or precision, I'm just blending that out. Okay, now we're going to jump into the Vieve palette and I'm going to start off, I'm not going to start off with the deepest shade, which would be Soot. I'm probably going to go in actually with Whatever first. And I'm going to take it on a little fluffy brush like this. This is a blank, oh no, it's not, it's an e.l.f. crease brush. So I'm going to pick some of that shade Whatever up. And I'm going to start working this onto the outer portion of the lid. And I'm just using circular motions mainly to do that. Oh, there's a bit of fluff. Okay. Okay, and do the same on the other eye. So focusing this on the outer portion. Just using circular motions to buff out. I'm trying not to go, I am going a little bit in the crease, but I'm not purposely trying to go in the crease. I mainly want this on the lid. I do find when I'm doing slightly darker, bolder eyes, keeping it a bit more confined to the lid, not bringing it too far up, does make it look a little bit more polished and less messy, although you can be a little bit grungy with this, but I find it just keeping it to the lids just looks a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to take that Whatever shade again, same brush, and I'm going to run this along the lower lash line. I actually want the lower lash line to be quite smoked out and blown out. So that's why I'm using a relatively fluffy brush even for the lash line, the lower lash line, sorry. And same on the other side. I think greys can be a lot more forgiving than blacks can be. It's quite hard, I think, personally, to do like a black smoky eye without it looking too messy or anything like that, whereas I find greys are just a little bit more forgiving and you can kind of get away with being a little bit more messy, maybe a little bit more unblended without it looking bad. Obviously we're going to try and work and blend this as well. Okay. I think I'm happy with that so far. Now I'm going to take a tapered fluffy brush. I am now going to go in with, I might add a bit of, which one do I want to go for? I'm going to add a bit of this one. This is Supermodel. And I'm going to start working this into the crease. I'm not actually going to focus actually at the inner portion to begin with and deepen that up and then work it out. Ooh. Now I obviously had something reddish on that brush, I feel like. Right, let's try again on the other eye. I think there might have been some excess shadow on that brush. Let's see what happens when I go with this side, because it shouldn't be that warm. That's better. I have to try and fix that somehow in a minute. There, that's the shade it should be. So let's carry on with this eye and I will fix it and I will show you how I fix it. So I am slightly doing circular motions, but I'm also doing back and forth motions. And like I said, I'm focusing more on the inner portion of the crease and then blending out. And then get that bristle off. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do is take the brush I used for my eye primer and just gently go over it. So I haven't got any more eye primer on it, I'm just using whatever excess is left. And just almost kind of erase that as best as I can. And this is a sign that I really, really need to clean my brushes. Right, we're going back in with that brush, Supermodel, and we're going to try again on this side. So yeah, just focusing in the crease, mainly in the inner portion, and then blending out. I'm going to take a bit of Supermodel again, and we're going to go along the lower lash line again. Okay, I want to build up a bit of intensity on the outer portion, so we are going to go in with the Spectrum brush here. I'm just going to make sure there's nothing on it. No, there's not, we're good. And now I am going to go in with Soot. Pick a bit up, and I'm just going to add this to the outer portion. But I really don't want to bring it too far up at all, so actually, now looking at it, I feel I did blend out the eyeliner a bit too much. So we want to bring that intensity back in. So I'm putting it on the outer portion, but I'm not bringing it all the way up the lid. Trying to really focus it close-ish to the lash line. I'm going to pick up the e.l.f. crease brush, pick up a bit more of whatever, which is the first shadow we used from this palette. And then blend soot out a little bit here. Okay, just going to have a quick look at the intensity of both sides. I think this side could do with a little bit more soot. Yeah, I think that's better. And I'm going to take the pencil brush and take some soot, and we're going to go a little bit along the lower lash line and build back that intensity again, because I feel like, again, once I put those few grey shadows down, I lost some of the intensity of the black. Although I don't want it to be purely black, I want it to be more grey. I do want some of that depth still there. Okay, I think I'm liking how this is looking. In which case, I've only really got one more step I want to do before I add a bit of mascara, I think. So what I'm going to do next is take a flat brush. This is the Body Shop brush. It doesn't have a number, but it's quite a flat one. And I'm going to go in with Skimp, which is the lightest grey, matte grey of the palette. And I'm going to stamp this on the inner portion and bring it to the centre of the lid. It's going to kind of brighten that inner portion of the lid and create that nice gradient effect. And this will definitely help it look a bit more like a grey smoky eye as well. So I'm just stamping this on. I'm actually patting over the outer portion, not really blending as such, but the patting motions are kind of doing a bit of a blend for me anyway. And I'm going to take a little bit along this lower lash line. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. I'm actually filming this before I've uploaded the last autumnal eye look, where I kind of said I was going to start doing a bit more, less editing out of steps in makeup looks and kind of just do a bit more real time. So I don't know if you have given me feedback on that video yet, but if you haven't, let me know your thoughts on it, because obviously again with this one I'm not going to edit anything really out, so even the few mishaps with obviously having eyeshadow still on a brush that was the wrong shade, anything like that, I want to kind of still show in the videos and show how I'd fix it and things like that. So yeah, if you haven't already given feedback in that video, because like I said I haven't uploaded it yet, let me know in this video as well. Okay, I like how that looks. It's not too heavy or smoky. I think adding that shade Skimp in this inner portion here just really helps open up the eyes, brighten up the eyes, so they're not too dark and too sunken in, but it really kind of shows off the greys. And yeah, it does feel like a kind of a grey autumnal sky look, I think. So I am happy with how it's looking. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. Maybe once I've added mascara I might change my mind, add a bit more intensity, but I think for now I'm happy. I'm actually going to go with a black mascara today because I feel like this look needs it, and this is the Agent Couture Holy Lash. I've still got some left of this, so I might as well use it up, because I don't think a brown mascara is necessarily going to suit this look. I'm going to load up upper and lower lashes with this. I'm not going to add anything to the waterline just because I don't want to close up my eyes too much, and having the bare waterline just keeps the eyes slightly more open. I would actually like to get like a nude eyeliner just to kind of intensify the waterline a little bit when I want to keep it bare, just to brighten ever so slightly, but not be as harsh as maybe like a white eyeliner would be. So if you've got any recommendations for good nude eyeliners for waterline and stuff, let me know. I've got plenty of other colours, but yeah, I don't have a nude one. I think actually it would really help, like I said, open up some looks, open up your eyes with some of the looks. Right, just doing the last bit of the lower lash line. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do for the eyes. I actually like the intensity of it. I like that the more it's focused on the outer portion. Like I said, we've got this brightness kind of in the, oh that was quite nice, that's my mirror, in the inner portion, so I like that effect. Okay, on to lips. Now I did put out a lipstick because I wanted to keep it very simple for the lips and not overpower the whole look, but I'm not sure it's going to be quite the right shade I'm after. And this is Nude by Nature's kind of lip sheer glow colour balm in 03 pink. I'm not quite sure if that's the right avenue to go down. Almost because it looks a bit more peachy against this eye. Maybe if I add a bit of a lip line to it. What we got going on? Okay, I know it's not a lip liner, but sometimes I have used these lip crayons as lip liners. This is Inika's Tan Nude. Okay, that is the lip. I'm not sure that's quite the lip I was going for, but I think it does work with the eyes. Let me know what kind of lip colour you would have paired with this eye had you done this, but I think it needs something, yeah, that's still quite nude and quite simple, not too bold, just to balance out the look a little bit, but yeah. Okay, well this is the look complete. I actually really like how the eyes turned out. I almost felt like I possibly didn't need to add the eyeliner at the beginning, but it did act as quite a good base as well. Yeah, I like how this look has turned out. So I hope you've enjoyed. Please leave any comments down below. Any future video requests also leave down below. Again, like I said, if you haven't left any feedback about the kind of style of video with the non-editing bit, let me know. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.